Uh, Welcome. We are Poke the Bear Productions. I am Christopher James Kramer. I'm the creative director for the company. And I grew up here locally, so it's always been a passion of mine to come back and present projects and work with local talent and bring my professional expertise to the table. I graduated high school in Cambria County in 2004. I went to New York, studied acting, got into stunt work, then worked in film work. I've worked on every angle, every prospect, or every aspect of film that I could get my hands on. Everything from director of photography to a little bit of editing to gaffing, sound guy. And now I'm bringing my wealth of knowledge to the table with this production company. As you can see here, we have a medieval Batman, and entering the room we have our medieval Harley Quinn. One of our projects we're currently working on, titled Legends, is taking the Batman franchise and, as a fan film, bringing it to the medieval stage. This has not really been done before. That's why we're able to really play with the idea. The Batman suit, right there, the suit of armor that Alex is wearing, took 350 hours to make. It's hand-forged. Every single piece of it was made by the production company except for the blades and parts of the helm. We got a pre-made helm and painted parts of it. We added the bat ear daggers, and everything else was handmade. The cape's leather, it was sewn by people here in the area. All the scales were done by me. We had a great crew of people. I'm going to silence my phone.
I got it.
Very professional. We had a great crew of people, all local, get together. We spent an entire day opening 27,000 rings. A third of those are small little 18-gauge stainless steel rings, and the rest of them are half-inch steel rings. And to give you guys an idea of what goes into this, I'm going to pass around two pieces. The first is the original Batman prototype. This is something I designed to, go in the center of the chest and make him look amazing. Some slight changes were made, but this is the first prototype. I'm going to pass this around. Feel free to look at the back and how intricate everything is, and this is the reason why there are so many stainless steel rings. And the second piece I'm going to pass around is the original template for making the bracers. Go ahead and hold your arm up. The Batsuit has two bracers, and this is a forearm protection. I'm going to pass this around. Feel free to look at how it's made. Going more in depth with the Batsuit. Okay. She's actually part of the costume contest right now, and she has to leave in a second, so I'll talk about her first. Her suit, as you'll notice, is skimpy, because that's Harley Quinn, and we love her like that. It is a chainmail bikini top. It's a mixture of EPDM rubber rings to give it kind of stretch and feel and make everything nice, and a mixture of anodized aluminum. Her suit, unlike the 60-pound suit that Batman's currently wearing, only weighs about 1.5 pounds. Her suit's at about 60 hours to make, chainmail skirts and all. The boots are the only part of this suit that was not handmade. She's also rocking some chainmail bracers. And on that note, I'm going to have her kind of walk the aisle, and she's going to head up to the costume contest.
Sorry. See you soon.
Applaud her out. That was nice. One of the things we're doing with this is making it hyper-realistic. The idea of Batman, they've been doing the gritty reboot with the last 3 films, which are amazing. And now that we're kind of transporting it into, medieval times, we're carrying that idea of the grittiness. We want you to feel like you are in the Dark Ages, and dark stuff happened in the Dark Ages. Everything from the fight choreography to the armor is going to be authentic. We're going to use practical concept in all of our fights. And that being said, you might have noticed that Harley was covered in scars. The idea is, if you're a warrior of this time, you would not be pretty. And we have taken the idea of Harley Quinn, which is this beautiful, and we have made her dark and twisted. And the script mimics that. It definitely has that darkness to it. And with Batman, we're doing the same thing. He carries the value that, he doesn't want to kill anyone. Now, that does not mean that people do not die. He doesn't want to kill anyone, and we carry that value. And To be completely honest, this web series is going to upset a lot of Batman fans. Because there's no way we can do it and make everyone happy. Now we can make, I hope, 73.8% happy. That's an actual statistic. No one laughs at my jokes. Yeah. So I have talked for a bit. I'm now going to introduce our technical director, Dick Lansbury, who's also a local hand. He grew up in Cambria County, and he's going to talk about the technical aspect of the direction that we want to take this and what we want to shoot on, and how we're going to make this web series that we're producing, you know, top of the line and something that you want to watch episode after episode over and over.
Hey, so as Chris said, I grew up locally as well. Haven't been to quite as many exotic places as he has, but I've done my fair share of work both here, California, Chicago, lots of fun places. But my main concern for all of our projects is the technical aspect. That is the one thing that I like to think I'm really good at. So that being said, that's 4 hours later. Legends is going to be shot on a Canon 7D for the pilot. DSLRs are very quick and dirty, but also offer a very clean picture and give you a lot of options that you wouldn't have with something like if you just walked into your local Best Buy and picked up something over the counter. The HDSLRs offer, you know, a gorgeous picture and a lot of options. So we have had our fair share of experience shooting with DSLRs. So we're going to shoot with that. We have a field recorder. Ultimately, our main goal, one of the previous projects that we worked on, we worked with a director of photography named Brent Mata. He actually came to us from California, and he owns a slew of Red cameras, which, for those of you who aren't familiar with Red cameras, are one, uber expensive, and two...
Can I interject for 1 second?
Yes.
Something else we're going to do during this presentation is kind of tear apart the Batsuit and pass around some more pieces. So at this time, while he's still talking, I'm going to take off the helm. You guys can pass it around. If it disappears, I will hunt every one of you down to find it. Like I said, 350 hours, I'm coming after you. So first piece to come around is going to be the helm. Do be careful. Don't bend the ears or anything. They take a long time to craft, even though they look simple. So I'm going to pass this around. Just be gentle. Continue.
So the Red camera offers a lot of options, a phenomenal amount of options as far as color and film style go. It will give us the ability to shoot in 4.5K, which is twice the resolution of a normal theater. Because when you go to, you know, say the Richland cinemas or even,
IMAX?
Not quite, a little bit underneath. But it gives us the ability to show it in a larger theater without any degradation of the picture. And the color is what I'm excited about because I also am frequently involved with the editing process. So this camera allows us to do a lot of subtle tweaking in the picture, bringing forth kind of like the darkness of Batman. Even though he's a good guy, he's a very noiristic character. He's got some dark tendencies. From time to time. That's because he's human. That's why I'm so excited to do this Legends piece. It's because Batman is human. He's not superhuman. There's nothing that puts him above the rest. He's just a normal guy. Just like a normal guy, he's got those dark tendencies. He's got those thoughts that sneak into his everyday actions and even his superhero actions. And with that, with his personality and actions being the way that they are, it really lends itself to the film style, and the film style will lend itself back when we, you know, branch out and begin to use things such as the Red camera and edit it in such a way that we can personify those dark tendencies with color and lighting and all sorts of fun little stuff. What else technical? I don't really know.
I guess that's it for now. So I guess I should go into the story of the pilot a little bit?
Yeah.
So, we are very excited because we actually shoot the pilot episode for the web series this Monday. So right now we're gearing up. We've recently acquired a 14-foot jib. We've acquired the 7D that we're shooting on. We have a dolly system set up. We have really great crew that we have trained here locally. Now that we're about to shoot, it's kind of time that I share a little bit about the direction we're taking this. I'm going to actually tell you the story that the pilot follows. So the pilot episode, it's going to open and you're going to see, you know, a carriage on its side. It's recently been destroyed and raided and there's stuff thrown about everywhere. And Batman comes onto the scene. He's looking to figure out what happened. He's moving forward, very stealthily trying to figure out, you know, establish a storyline. He comes to the cabin, or the cabin, especially movies. He comes to the wagon and he looks inside trying to find, you know, survivors. There's 2 dead bodies outside of it. And as he's looking in, he sees this little girl. And the little girl is terrified and he's trying to calm her and say, "Come on out, child, it's safe." And as the little girl starts to come out, Harley Quinn is going to descend from the treetops. One of the things we're going to use is the fact that, you know, Harley is gymnastic. Harley is able to, you know, climb, she's able to jump, she's able to do all these things. She's going to descend stealthily from the treetops on a rope. She's going to land behind Batman, move him out of the side, and grab a hold of the child and hold her at knife's point. At this point in time, Batman's at a crossroad. He has to decide, does he try to save the little girl and probably lose and the little girl dies, or does he be submissive? He decides to be submissive, try to save the girl. At this point in time, Harley's goons come out of the woods, they grab Batman, force him down on his knees, and Harley talks about a message that she has to deliver. She has been sent here to deliver this message, and she kneels down in front of Batman, strokes his helm, and all of a sudden this rock comes out of nowhere and hits Harley Quinn in the back of the head, and the little girl has decided to give up a little bit of a fight, because one of the goons was standing behind her, making sure that she didn't run. The girl picks up the rock, throws it at Harley. Harley turns around. This is where we start to show the dark side of Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn plays with the girl a little bit, saying, "He said it was okay, didn't he? He said everything was going to be fine." He reaches out, she hugs the girl. At this point in time, he says, "You know, it's time," or she says, "It's time that the people of Gotham learn a very valuable lesson." Harley snaps the girl's neck, throws the girl to the side. This is really showing the fact that, you know, this was a brutal time. And this is realistic. If carriages were raided, there were no survivors left because they didn't want to get in trouble. So the little girl is dead on the side, and this infuriates Batman. He tries to struggle, he can't, the goons are still holding him down. The little girl Harley comes forward, kneels back in front of Batman and says, "Where were we? I had a message, that's right." But first, a little bit of fun, and she lifts up his helmet just enough to show his big old grizzly bat beard. And I'm not playing Batman, this is just a scruff. Let's start there. I would have loved to cast myself to kiss Harley Quinn, but sadly I couldn't. Reveals this big old grizzly bat beard, and Harley reaches in and goes to kiss Batman on the lips and like bites into his lip, trying to get this passionate kiss. Batman doesn't respond, he stays stoic. This kind of upsets Harley Quinn. She was looking for this great kiss. I mean, it's Batman. It should be, you know, awesome. She's a little disappointed. She says, "Here, let me help you." She runs her hands down his chest, and instead of going for what everybody thinks she's going to go for, grabs his hands and puts it up to her throat and says, let's make this interesting. Here's your opportunity. You can choke me. You can kill me right now for what I did to this little girl. Batman hesitates for a second, and then he starts to apply pressure. And he starts to apply more pressure, and Harley has to force her face against his for this kiss, and she's kind of into it. You saw Harley was covered with scars. She's got this little bit of a sadistic personality. This is what she likes. So she's getting into the pain, and then all of a sudden, Harley starts to get scared. And we're not going to cut away from this kiss. This kiss is going to last about a minute and a half where Harley can't breathe. To the point where you're thinking, Batman could actually kill this girl in the series because we're going dark. We're breaking the rules of Batman a little bit. And you see that Batman is enjoying it, and now Harley's pushing away, and she can't get away from him. She's hitting on his chest, and Harley has life flashing before her eyes, and she can't pull away. In the last second, Batman decides to let go. Harley, you know, when she gets up, we'll add some nice makeup effects. She'll have bruises on her neck from like the fingerprints where, you know, Batman was lashing onto her. And then finally, Harley's like, my message has been delivered. You are way too much fun for me to kill you. So I'm going to leave. So Harley leaves the scene. At this point in time, the goons argue, you know, there's a lot of people who want him dead. Let's just kill him now, and we'll have the chance to, you know, cash in his head. We can give it to Two-Face, we can give it to whoever we want, and make a profit. So the goons argue, and while they're arguing, Batman slips free. There's this really wonderful fight scene, and speaking of the fight choreography, I'm going to go off the creative end a little bit. One of the things we want to do for the series is for every episode invite in a different fight choreographer. My background actually includes a lot of fight choreography, so I'll be choreographing the pilot. But from there on out, to keep the fights interesting and make sure it's something that you didn't see before earlier in the series, we are going to invite a new fight choreographer for every episode to keep every fight interesting. So we have this fight scene. At the end of it, throughout the fight, Batman doesn't kill anyone, but like I said before, that doesn't mean people don't die. It also doesn't mean that it's not brutal. Throughout this fight, Batman breaks kneecaps, breaks people's ankles. He makes it so that they're, you know, they can't run away. Just because he doesn't kill people doesn't mean he doesn't hurt. And the very last shot of the pilot episode is he picks up the little girl and carries her off. And that is our pilot episode that we were shooting on Monday. So I hope you're all looking forward to this. We have at our booth a sign-in sheet with like emails. Please give us your email. We'd be happy to keep you up to date on the process. Check out our Facebook. How are we on time?
We got like 10 minutes. Well, they're coming in 10 minutes for the zombie.
Cool. So, kind of to wrap things up, we have anything else we want to talk about here? I guess check us out. We have another panel today where we shot our first feature film as a company this past fall. We brought in people from New York, people from LA, people from across the state, and we worked on this project. And, you know, a year and a half after it started, we are debuting the first 20 minutes in this room at 4 o'clock or 4:30?
Let me check my pamphlet.
We are debuting the first 20 minutes of the film. We'd love to get people in here. We'd love to get your feedback. Also, come talk to me after. You all heard the story of the pilot. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you didn't like. I've been an actor for a number of years. I've been in this industry. I can take criticism a little bit, so please come tell me what you love and more importantly what you hate so I can see if I might be able to fix that. Because we want this to be the best project we can make it. And finally, I think I'm going to have him take the top part of the suit off so you can all feel that. The suit, I don't know if I said this earlier, weighs 60 pounds. That's actually a light version. The rings are stainless steel, but all of the scales are aluminum. This style of armor, you would only ever see at King wear because of the amount of time it takes to make it. Whenever I started building this, I didn't realize how long it would take 350 hours later. If this suit was made out of solid steel, if all of those scales were steel instead of aluminum, you'd be looking at 150 pounds of bad armor, which you had to be a beast of a man to carry. So at this point in time, Nick, do you want to have anything you want to talk about while I take his top off?
I got here just in time. You want help?
That's a good question, is there? I mean, I think we've covered all our bases. I mean, Batman's something that everybody knows and loves. It's something that everybody's familiar with. The reason that we're excited to do it is because it's a different take. And there's a lot of different ways that everybody wants to see things go, and this is a look at how we want to take things a little bit different. The Legends is kind of like a basis, like an exploratory thing for us because the title Legends is almost like a subset. Ultimately, what we would like to do is start with Batman, but maybe, with popularity, if it's something that people really enjoy, take it and go with other superheroes. So, I mean, you might see some of your other favorite DC characters just kind of show up into this series and branch off. So, like, what else did you have in mind? I know that we were talking in here. There was like
It's just a start. Eventually, after the pilot, what we're going to do is open a Kickstarter. We'd like to raise a little bit of money and do a complete season, 15 episodes, bring in a lot of villains. This is where it looks awesome. I like looking at it inside out over, the right way. You can see all the intricate pieces. We're going to be opening a Kickstarter, hopefully in about 6 months, to really delve into this project. Like I said, we're shooting this pilot on Monday. You'll probably be able to see it in about a month. And, you know, if you're interested, support us. You know, we'd love to really carry this on. I mean, we have a really awesome Harley. She flew out from Los Angeles. She used her frequent flyer miles to become part of this project. And she's a professional actress. One of the things about the company is we like to mix professional talent with the talent that's here in the area. There's a lot of diamonds in the rough. There are a lot of people here who have acted in community theater that are, you know, really stellar actors. They just need polished. Same goes with behind the scenes. We've met some really awesome people. There's some great guys here from Gearbox Union, and we talked to them, and we're bringing them into the project. On Monday, they're going to show up and they're going to help us shoot this, and we're going to learn from them and they're going to learn from us. So if you're interested in film work, that's another thing. Come talk to us, and we might be able to get you more involved with what we do. All right, that's it. Come talk to us. Come meet Harley.
Give us your pickup line.
Oh yeah! We have something really fun going on at our booth. We have another project called Game Responsibly. This is what helps us keep our sanity. All of our other projects are really serious, and Game Responsibly is this goofy little skit series. Right now we are taking your nerdiest pickup lines at the booth. I'm sure you've seen the green screen. Come give us a pickup line, and if it makes it into one of our skits in a week, you'll be able to see it online. We're going to see if we can get Sci-Fi Valley to kind of post it to everyone, and you'll be able to see it on their website, our website. And yeah.
And if it's really good, you might get a kiss on the cheek from Harley. So.
Bonus! That's it. We really need like exit music, because we do these things from time to time, and it's like, that's it. Everybody kind of sits around, we all look awkwardly from side to side.
No, Nick will sing Celine Dion.
Oh yeah, I'll sing Celine Dion.